$74.4 billion has been allocated to improve the local education sector in Budget 2022, an increase of $60.7 billion from last year's budget. However, while the budget promises an increase in the Because We Care cash grant to school children and access to more materials for students and teachers, as well as improved infrastructure, it does not provide any real plan to address the learning loss which has been incurred by students due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This was the point proffered by opposition member Nicolette Henry, who during her final debate presentation before resigning from Parliament proposed that a national human capital development scheme be initiated to address this issue.
The proposed national human capital development scheme is intended to fast-track the recapitalization of our human capital base, which in turn fuels public education.
Additionally, it was proposed that a national education licensing and certification system be introduced.
As the proposed national evaluation license certification system will provide the platform and means to support professional associations, establish standards and mechanisms for evaluation, licensing, and certification in line with international standards and best practices.
Based on her beliefs, the distribution of more textbooks, cash grants, and a strong feeding program are all necessary. However, it will take more than those few initiatives to increase access to quality education or address learning loss. According to a 2021 report by UNESCO, the World Bank, and UNICEF, this generation of students now risk losing $17 trillion in lifetime earnings in present value, or about 14% of today's global GDP, as a result of COVID-19 pandemic-related school closure. In response, Minister of Education Priya Manikchand stated that the budget has made provision to address learning loss. More so, the ministry has been addressing the issue since the reopening of schools last year.
You'll see that one of the things they recommend, we're way ahead of the game. One of the things they recommend is that we consolidate the curriculum, that we shave off things that you do not need and keep the things you need for the appropriate level. This country, Guyana, engaged international experts and our local experts, and we've already done that.
It was conveyed that in 2020, 11,944 students registered to sit CXC examinations, 494 were absent. More so in 2021, 9,823 students were registered, while 553 were recorded absent. It is the minister's staunch belief that if the issues of learning loss are to be addressed, then schools must remain open. Also in the pipeline to foster the recovery of learning loss would be the provision of laptops and tablets to students and expand the learning channel to ensure improved access to extra educational opportunities. Meanwhile, in responding to the opposition member's assertion that the increase in cash transfer and an expanded school feeding program cannot guarantee access to quality education, the minister opined that the feeding program initiated by the previous government was not equitably distributed since most schools did not benefit. For the HTP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.